Yes, the first card you have for your past is the Queen of Wands. I'm just seeing that you've been feeling a bit emotional actually at this time, and you were keeping this to yourself. You weren't showing people how emotional you actually were. So you seem to be very calm on the surface. And, you had people around you who were actually relying on you in the workplace, but also outside of the workplace. But, you just felt that you had to be strong, or at least try to look strong in front of other people. So I can understand that's how you're feeling in the workplace. But then you're also like that outside of the workplace. You just wanted to look like a very dependable person, and you are a very dependable person, but you just, for some reason, you weren't opening up your feelings to anyone at all. You're just keeping this to yourself. Yes, the next card you have your past is the Knight of Wands. So you've been a bit emotional again. I'm seeing more emotions because someone in your life actually was very, very stubborn about something. So there's something that's very, very, or it was very important to you, that someone around you was, coming along with you with this, if that makes sense. That makes absolutely no sense, I'm sorry. But you wanted them to come along and, be alongside you, work alongside you, or do something with you, or help you with something. And this is a really big, important thing that you had in your mind, and you wanted them to come and join you on this, or agree to this, or do this thing with you. And they were just so stubborn. They were just refusing to do this. And, this was really, really stressful for you. And I think this person's been like this for a long time, very stubborn on something. And they're just not moving, or they just weren't budging at this time. And, you feel really stuck with this person, whoever this is. It could be your partner, or it could be a friend, but you're very stuck with them, or you were at this time. And you've also had a few practical problems around you as well that have been annoying you as well. So this has really been frustrating. And, you had all these other things going around in your head as well. But you were able to come up with some creative solutions to these practical problems, to at least one of them. So even though you're emotional and you had this problem going on with this really stubborn person, you were able to think practically, and you did move ahead with some practical things. So you were able to at least get something done and get something out of the road, because you're really, you just wanted to push things along or move them along, and this stubborn person was just stuck in your way. So you had to kind of work around that and, complete things you needed to do that were practical. The last card you have your past is the Three of Wands. So you also had someone helping you at this time, but I'm not seeing them actually physically helping you. They were talking to you and helping you, in something that you had to do. They were kind of not advising you, but just helping you out. And, they're also willing to help you practically, but I'm seeing that this person was actually far away from you physically. So they couldn't actually do that, but they wanted to help you. So they were probably, texting you or speaking to you over the phone. And yes, they could be coming closer to visit you soon in the future. They're going to probably come to travel to see you. That's what I'm seeing. And then when they come over, they'll probably help you practically. You could have some things, you need to be done practically, helping you out with something. This person's going to come and help you. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have your present is the Magician. Yes, I'm seeing why you're feeling emotional, because someone close to you, again, they're very, very stubborn. They weren't budging, or they weren't budging on something. And this was going on for a long, long, long time. And you just kept on wanting them to do this thing or whatever. They'll help you out with this thing, move forward with you on something. And they just were not doing it. They were just stuck there. And it was so frustrating. I'm just feeling really frustrated seeing this. So yes, they just weren't doing whatever you wanted to go ahead with. And I'm also seeing they were giving you silly reasons why you couldn't do it, or why they couldn't do this. And, they could be your partner, again, I'm seeing this, or they could be a friend. But at this time, when you have the Magician, this is when you're going to have a breakthrough. So they're going to suddenly start listening to you about this thing. And I'm still feeling exhausted, because it has been exhausting, but finally it's like this relief that they're going to come and listen to you. And, you've been trying to convince them for so long, but finally they're agreeing, they're going to listen, they're going to come around to what you have to say, come around to your ideas. And yes, I'm happy for you because this has been so frustrating. I'm really feeling this frustration. But finally, there's this breakthrough with this magician. The next card you have for your present is the Hermit. So yes, you're having breakthroughs and other things too, but this is because you're actually going to be by yourself thinking about all of these different things and different ideas and different ways to deal with all these different problems and these practical problems. And you're coming up with lots and lots of insights about things very, very quickly. It's very fast moving, but this is inside your head. This is all going on inside your head. You're not sharing this with anyone else because you're the Hermit. So just be careful not to retreat into your own head or into your own world too much, because this is helping you. This meditation or this thinking by yourself is really helping you to come up with all these ideas to help you. But there's specifically one person I'm seeing who wants to spend time with you, and they're feeling as if you're rejecting them. So just be careful not to cut this person off, and just come up and talk to them. That's all. Just explain that you have a lot that you're thinking of. All you need to do is speak to them. That's all you need to do. The last card you have your present is the Nine of Wands. So yes, I'm just seeing that, with this partner or this person who's started to come round to your idea, they've really become a lot less stubborn about this and less stubborn about other things too. But I'm seeing that this is also a warning to you, because I'm seeing that you are also stubborn. Not as stubborn as they were just not budging for the sake of it. They were coming up with all sorts of silly reasons why they wouldn't change. But you were also set in your mind that this is what you wanted to do. So neither of you were being flexible. That's what I'm seeing. So yes, there were changes that needed to be made on both sides. That's what I'm seeing here, if this resonates with you. But yes, they were more stubborn than you, but you were stubborn. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Six of Wands. I'm seeing that this person's really going to be really seeing your point of view, really agreeing with you, and this is going to be a bit overwhelming actually, because you're so used to them being one way, and they're suddenly just changing, and because they're changing and going along with this thing that you want. This means that there's going to be a big lifestyle change, and this is what you wanted to happen. And it's a big, big change. So even though it's taken a really long time for this person to come around, there's just suddenly going to be completely open to this now. So the next card you have for your future is the Two of Swords. So even though you finally have what you want, you finally have this change, they're finally saying yes, you can finally go ahead and do this thing. You actually weren't expecting this to happen so suddenly. So this is going to be a big change for you too. You're just realizing, wow, this is actually happening now. Or this is in your future. You're just going to be thinking, oh, this actually means I'm going to have to do something and change and get out of my little comfort zone that I have. And I'm going to have to make some big decisions. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to have to make some big, difficult decisions. They are going to be a bit stressful. And you'll have to, you might even have to leave something that was comfortable and easy for you to do. You could be stuck in this comfortable way or something like that. But this is definitely for the best. This changes for the best, and you know that. This is the best path for you. So yes, you'll have some stressful choices to make, but you'll be on the right path. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your future is Temperance. So again, I'm just seeing this need for balance in your relationship. So there's going to have to be compromise on both sides. And yes, there could be some people who are actually also interfering in these decisions. And I am seeing that there are some people that have been actually interfering a bit in your relationship, or they're too invested in knowing information about it, or they're a bit nosy actually. So just be careful not to share too much about this new change with them yet, until you actually know exactly what you're doing, because they could influence you in the wrong way. You don't want to have people influencing you at this time. You just really need to, make these decisions on your own with a clear head, without all this interference. That's what I'm seeing for your future. So Taurus, I hope this made sense. This was was a very difficult thing to read actually. So yes, I hope it resonated it may or may not have resonated with you. I'm really stumbling on my words today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yes, but general readings, as I always say, won't always resonate with everyone. And yes, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. And I'm sorry if this was a bit messy, this reading. I really just tried my best to read what I saw. Yes, and thank you so much for watching.